Like I've seen videos of people dancing outside the hospital and just like laughing about it, joking about it. Like they're just praying for this guy to die.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Time Vision Talks. My name is Mustafa, and today I'm with
Fike.
Nazar.
and the leading country in COVID cases.
Yep.
The President Trump has now caught COVID-19.
Yeah.
News just came out recently that Trump has been diagnosed with COVID-19, and in a couple of days after, his doctor mentioned that he's doing okay. He's doing a little bit better, but he's not out of the woods yet. That's what the doctor has said. And continuing with that, there's a bunch of people in the Republican Party that has also been diagnosed with COVID in the past couple of months. White House advisor Hope Hicks, Kellyanne Conway, the former special assistant to the president, Trump's campaign manager Bill Stipin, Republican National Committee Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, Senators Mike Lee, Tom Tillis, and Ron Johnson, and Trump's Supreme Court pick Amy Barrett. And I have yet to find any articles or anything talking about Democratic Party's politicians
Catching COVID?
catching COVID.
You know what it is?
Why do you think that is?
Because they recently, well, I don't know how, like all the people that you mentioned, like when they caught COVID, but definitely a few of them, they recently caught at this event that they had when they were announcing, I forget who they were announcing, Trump was announcing something.
It was a pick for one of the Supreme Courts or something like that.
Something like that. But nonetheless, at the event, they had like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And none of them were wearing masks pretty much. Majority of them were maskless and they were literally just sitting amongst each other. If anything, if we can get a picture of that up into this video as I'm speaking of it, that'd be very cool. Because you guys really need to see this picture. Like, considering they have more than 200,000 deaths, right?
The irony.
Yeah.
And then the leader, which has been pretty much downplaying the coronavirus since it really began, you know, mocking it, calling it China virus, saying all these things, you know? Just stirring the pot kind of thing. And yeah, like now he has corona and I'm not surprised, especially seeing the way that they're acting.
I swear, that's like the definition of irony. Like this
Yeah,
was,
super
this
irony.
man was like debating with Joe Biden, talking shit about how he's wearing masks.
Yeah.
And now
Oh,
he
from
has
like
it.
all 200 feet away. He's wearing a big-ass mask. Yeah, that's hilarious. But honestly, he's pretty old, man. 74.
Trump is 74
He's high
and he is technically overweight, so he is definitely at high risk for this. Even if he recovers, there might be some substantial effects afterwards.
Yeah, long-term effects.
Well, all I want to say is that, so this is kind of weird, no? Like, he had a lot of time to catch the coronavirus, right? But right before the election,
Yeah,
a month out from the election, this guy has to catch the
it's
corona.
definitely some coincidental timing.
Oh,
I mean, they always say, like, I was reading how like when certain things like hoaxes like this happen, it's usually like a month right before the elections.
Well,
Which-
I actually want to throw something at you since you mentioned that, like about like a whole month before and this and that. But pretty much the Prime Minister of the UK, Boris Johnson, he caught the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Or like in the early stages. He was pretty much the first big leader to catch it. And what this was reading this in the Telegraph, what they were saying was that pretty much he had like a 4% approval rating around that number.
Yeah.
But after he caught the coronavirus, people started sympathizing with him. You know, started feeling bad for him and that. And his approval rating went up to 40%.
That's crazy.
Speaking of that,
So
Twitter is also banning tweets wishing deaths
against Trump.
against Trump, which kind of leads other people to point out a double standard. Just because Trump's the president of the United States, compared to a lot of the other people, minority mostly, who have also received death threats on Twitter.
Yeah, that's too much. But I feel like a lot of people want Trump to die. You know, in comparison to some of these other groups, I feel like people really don't like Trump. Like I've seen videos of people dancing outside the hospital and just like laughing about it, joking about it. Like they're just praying for this guy to die. And like personally, I don't wish death upon anyone because that's just hectic, you know. But and considering he's like very high risk, like it's kind of hectic to see like the president die. Like how many presidents do you see die while they're president?
From disease at that.
Like yeah, well, from disease really. I mean assassinations and stuff are different.
But Nizar, what do you have to say about how Trump's been downplaying the virus and downplaying the safety precautions?
I mean, like I said, it's so ironic how this man's just like downplaying the whole coronavirus thing, and then all of a sudden now the man has it. Like it's kind of like he's getting a taste of his own medicine.
Right.
Man's talking all this shit, he's downplaying it, he's not taking it seriously, and then now he has it, and who knows if he'll make it out alive or not. They're saying he's doing well, but you never know if that's just.
And certainly, the president of the United States has access to the highest amount or the best healthcare, the best doctors that are out there.
Yeah.
Well, regarding that, I read something, I think it was just on social media somewhere, where it's like, oh, President Trump won't have to pay for any of the coronavirus treatment and things like that.
Sure.
And then the people are getting mad about that, like, oh, everyone else has to pay.
And
well, especially in the States.
And it's been a very
it's
been a very expensive recovery for some of these people who have caught it.
Like, so what are some of the bills looking like? Have you guys seen any numbers? Because
I wouldn't doubt that a couple nights in hospital stay would lead up to 100,000 at least.
At least 100,000.
Bro, y'all are crazy.
Because not only are you the couple nights in hospital, but you're receiving the healthcare that needs for COVID victims that you know around the clock.
Because usually it takes like what, at least a week to 2 weeks to like, know what if you have a stable condition and to let go from the hospital bed, whatever. So that's a lot of money. And Trump is getting it for free, and this guy's a freaking rich ass.
Right.
Well, I just quickly did a search on that. That's actually pretty crazy. COVID-19 survivor receives $1.1 million hospital bill.
That's
$1.1 million hospital bill. And she's like 70 years old too. Oh my God, this is so bad. That's crazy. Obviously, not every scenario is like this, but overall,
it just goes to show that, maybe if Trump had been a little bit more serious, made masks mandatory instead of optional, made social distancing rules more effective, you know what I mean? I remember seeing that he also hosted an event inside the building. Like lately, a lot of his events have been outdoors and in open air, but he early on he hosted an event inside a building. Not wearing masks or saying personally that, oh, I don't want to wear a mask. Like, what do you feel when you see the president of your country saying these things? Oh, that it's not serious. I'm not gonna wear a mask. Obviously, as a citizen, you're like, oh, sure, that's my president. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah. So I'm gonna follow his example, right?
No, that's just disrespectful.
Yeah, bare mans are gonna follow his lead and not wear masks, not take it seriously. Which is, I feel like that's the reason why the U.S. has such a high number of cases.
Well, of course, like
because they're I don't know, man. They're just brainwashed by Trump. They just don't take it seriously. Like, and it's a serious thing. Like you've seen how the affect all over the world. Like how you're that brainwashed and stupid not to be wearing a mask or take preventative measures to, stay safe.
Well, he feels like he's above everyone else, right? But this just goes to show him that he isn't.
Right.
And with regards to what Mustafa was asking, is like, I think it's very disrespectful to not even take the precautions and let alone like talk smack about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like downplay like the effectiveness of like wearing a mask, and social distancing and things like that. Like look at the event at the Rose Garden. Come on, bro. Like these guys were not wearing masks. They were not social distancing. Like none of the precautions were taken. And they're saying that could have been one of the reasons one of the places where he caught it, because a few people caught it. Now they're saying that might have been where the outbreak started or happened, where he caught it as well. But with that being said, like, bro.
And with Trump being the president of the United States, who knows how many people that he's meeting on a daily basis.
Exactly. Like, this guy was literally going to events, like, different places every day, like, campaigning, things like that. He's putting a lot of people at risk.
What's crazy is how, like you said, like, he's meeting with a lot of people, like, in the, like, White House and stuff. But, like, why is it all Republicans? And no one else. That's just hectic to me. Like,
so far, I haven't been able to find any. If you guys know of anybody in the Democratic political party who has been diagnosed with COVID, let us know in the comments below. But I haven't been able to find anybody, and I think that's because of the seriousness that the Democratic Party views COVID with.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, bro, like think about it. A virus has killed more than 1 million people. You're still joking around about it, not taking it serious. Let alone in your country where you're the main man. You're running the show. In your country, more than 200,000 people have died, and you're still taking it as a joke.
Yeah.
Bro, that's disrespectful to those 200,000 people and pretty much the whole country at this point, because you're putting everyone at risk. You know?
Or the whole world, like.
Yeah,
overall.
US
is a big part of the economic, like.
Yeah, the whole
world
economic
and, like,
structure.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
And, like, you're not taking it seriously.
And Trump has even made comments before how like he doesn't want to wear a mask while he's meeting other presidents or other prime ministers or other kings and queens. This is his words.
Well, you better stay his ass in the hospital or in the White House now, because he's not meeting no one for at least like what, 2 weeks.
Yeah. What was that thing you were saying before? Like how he doesn't want to wear a mask because behind the desk. He wants to be like a king or like a queen or some shit. Like what the?
Basically, he was just talking about how he doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't see the effectiveness of it. He wants to be able to talk to people without a mask. All these things are like ridiculous comments that a child would make, right? Like, come on, like I don't want to wear my hoodie, mom. It's not that cold. Like
that's so immature.
Take your precautions. You're the leader of the free world, the president of the United States. Also, not to mention the first lady has also been diagnosed as well.
Yeah. Melania Trump. But you know what they say, twice a child, once a man. So on that point, I want to say like the two presidential candidates right now are like they're above like 70. I think Biden might be over 80. I don't know how old these guys are, but they're pretty old. But come on, man. At this point, your world leaders are like what? Yeah. Over 70, man. Come on, this is.
At least Biden.
Y'all gotta do better than that.
At least Biden is more mature than this guy. Like.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, man,
they are pretty old.
They all have their own things going on, and I don't know. People saying he has like dementia and stuff. So.
Biden.
Yeah, they're saying that. No.
It's definitely a rocky situation. Like when the president of the United States could potentially die in a couple of natural causes, you know what I mean?
That's the thing, like
just one Rona trip.
Like I want to know in the comments, like is that a hoax? Like could we just be bullshitting, or is it actually real? Like I said, like could be like something for Boris Johnson. Like no, it could be like a hoax that he didn't get it. That way his approvals can go up, or like
dude,
I'm scared of Biden. Maybe I don't know.
Knowing Trump, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays.
Yeah, it could be
because he is behind in the polls, right?
Yeah,
like overall,
Biden was leading.
I don't know if he's significantly ahead, but he's definitely ahead. So. If Boris Johnson go from 4% to 40%, and that's a big jump, bro. That's pretty much winning the elections. And if Trump can do that, 4 more years of Trump.
Looking at the population of the U.S., I think it's possible these men might just be like, "Yo, Trump, let's vote for this guy." Sympathize with him. Like I don't know, man.
Especially knowing how goofy some of these guys are.
Come on, U.S. Like
crazy. Y'all can do better.
Where's your brains? All I gotta say.
Well, there you guys have it. This has been Time Vision Talks on President Trump getting COVID-19. My name is Mustafa.
Fike.
Nazar.
Let us know in the comments below what do you have to think about this, and
stay healthy.
how have you been dealing with COVID? Just stay healthy. We'll see you on the next episode.